A man accidentally arrived at Little People's Island, completely bound with ropes, secured shoes. With a loud crash, Paul was suddenly uprooted from the wooden village. Standing up, feeling like a dream, he saw the general charging toward him on horseback, with a speared gun. Soldiers threw hooks to seize Paul's hefty backside and pulled hard. He couldn't hold on, fell face first, and fainted. When he awoke, he was tied to a cart, pushed into Little People's land. Onlookers deemed Paul a monster. Upon reaching palace gates, they lifted Paul, the biggest man the princess had ever seen. Next day, Paul plowed fields, pulling the cart. At that moment, the general turned the wheel, steering Paul back to rescue the king as enemy assassins attacked the palace. At 60 kilometers per hour, the general rushed to palace, told Paul to lie down, jumped to save princess, ordering soldiers not interfere. Karl saw the general bragging again, so he freed Paul to save the princess. Paul quickly arrived, captured 2 assassins, and threw them into a pond. Paul easily saved the princess. The battle ended before the general arrived, and she thanked him. With the king still trapped in the burning palace, Paul rushed back, attempting to rescue him. Paul burned his hand and panicked, removed his large pants. Yellow droplets sprayed, quickly extinguishing the great fire, but the smell was unpleasant. Still acceptable, the competitive general sensed it. The man instinctively turned, bestowing remaining fortune upon the general. When the king arrived, gossip replaced the atmosphere. Luckily, he saw the man as a savior, arranged a banquet, but the man took a whole fruit plate. He ate for hours without getting full, swallowing them whole, yet stubbornly claimed to be Ultraman, domineering over rebellious little monsters. His convincing words nearly made him believe them, while Kingdom's people glanced enviously. The next day, the king built him a seaside villa to show gratitude. From then on, the man became the kingdom's pinnacle. People made his coffee, fetched his cups, and thousands accompanied him even during movies. As the man earned the king's favor and a hero medal, it affected the general, who retaliated by disabling defenses. Enemy exploited weaknesses, shelled palace and naval forces to borders, catching the small kingdom off guard and seeking the villa's man. As the kingdom's hero, he sought rewards from the king, but the general insulted him, declaring him insignificant. Forced to go, the man mustered courage, seeing the general remove his red shirt and size 48 shoes.
Walked toward the sea and, upon meeting the enemy, didn't attack but offered a friendly gesture. To persuade the enemy, he thought, "Are you playing house with me?" He waved. Artillery shells fired but only marked him. Uninjured, the man suddenly held his belly, deflecting shells. Bewildered enemies abandoned ships, jumping into the sea. Little Fatty didn't expect his awesomeness. He stretched both hands into the sea, grabbed all ship's ropes, making hundreds of warships lose control instantly after battle. Little Fatty became a superhero, with posters across the tiny nation. His branded clothes sold, and even haircuts had 3 Tony teacher colleagues, marking his life's peak. As Little Fatty was increasingly favored, the general resented him and defected to enemy country to defeat him. Unaware of danger, an alarm sounded and people scattered. A red egg opened, revealing the defected general who wanted a one-on-one fight with Little Fatty. When Little Fatty saw his strange appearance, he nearly laughed. The machine quickly drained and transformed. Surprisingly, the much taller robot resisted Little Fatty's attack, then punched and lifted him by the waistband, shaking him continuously. Little Fatty, fearing heights, instantly turned pale, surrendered, and upset the tiny people. They tied him to a raft, exiled him from Little People's land, but when he arrived, a cup unexpectedly captured him. He opened his eyes to find himself in a princess dress. Confused, the room shook violently. Then a huge girl opened the door. Little Fat had arrived in Giant Land. He screamed in fear, but a bottle nipple silenced him while the girl played joyfully. She diapered him, intending Little Fat to live like this forever, but Carl from the land of little people appeared, saying his girlfriend had arrived and the general would execute her. After learning his girlfriend was endangered, Little Fat parachuted from Giant Island to confront the general alone. With a goddess nearby, Little Fat fearlessly charged forward. The general upgraded the robot, which emitted an electric current. Determined, Little Fat stood up again but was hit by the electric current, leaving him immobile. At this critical moment, Carl took advantage of the robot's inattention. He quietly entered the robot's control room, cut its wires, then used an elusive kick and grabbed the statue to disable it. He pounded fiercely. After days of hammering, the person turned into scrap. Little Fat won. In the end, Carl and the princess married happily, and Little Fat and girlfriend thrived.